Hello. Today I want to talk about practical EDC. I fancy myself as a fairly practical person, and so I'll talk about what I think, or at least what I carry as far as my everyday carry, and why I think it's fairly practical. We'll start with the easy ones. This is a Benchmade knife. Griptilian, I think, is the name, and I think there's a bigger one. I think this is the medium size. I'm not too sure. It's been too long since I've looked it up, but I like the way the blade looks, and I have fairly small hands, so it's a fairly comfortable knife, and it fits in my hands quite well. Everybody should walk around carrying a knife because it's utilitarian. As you can see from the wear on the clip, I wear this literally every single day. I won't get into the debate, never-ending debate about locks, but I think this is an access lock, and I think it's a great, it's a strong, very, very strong lockup, and there's really no play whatsoever, not even a little bit. And so this is my everyday carry knife. I have a couple other knives, but pretty much this is the only one I carry on my persons on a daily basis. So that's a Benchmade. Get to the watch. This is a Timex Ironman watch, and it's digital, and I don't know, I forgot how much I bought it for, probably 30 or 40 bucks on Amazon. And I like this better than the G-Shock because my wrist is fairly small. We'll take a wear at it. My wrist is pretty small, and so I find the G-Shocks to be uncomfortably big. Let me see if I can get that in. See if we can get that in the shot. So this is what I wear. I'm a real estate investor, and if I have to go see client or job sites, then this is what I wear. It's digital, tells perfect time, and nearly indestructible, although that's a caveat because my kids did destroy my first one. And so this is my second one, but overall, this is the watch I wear if I'm going to a job site. I'm not worried about getting robbed. I'm not worried about getting mugged. I'm not worried about much when I'm wearing this watch. It tells time, and let me see if I can get a lume shot here. And you can tell the lume is quite bright, so if you're inside a really dark house with no electricity, which happens quite often to me, when I go look at houses, then this is the watch I wear. Now, if I am going to a job site and afterwards I might go see an investor, a general contractor, or meet up with other people, then this is my watch's choice. Let's see and there's a Seiko, and this is a this SKX series looking one, and this is the one with the perpetual calendar, which I looked high and low for. Again, 38 millimeter fascia and diameter, and my wrist is fairly small, so I prefer this to the 42s. The lume is excellent on this, and it came with a metal strap, but I changed it to a NATO one, and you can tell this watch has been abused quite a bit, but takes a lick and keeps on ticking. So this is my other everyday wear, and this is what I generally wear if I actually have to go see a job site and meet up with people. I also have a white-faced Movado, and that's what I wear if I only have to meet up with people, but otherwise these are my main two watches that I wear 95% of the time. So moving on to guns, I have a, this is a Ruger LCPii, and if you watch my other videos, you'll know that I painted the sight. No need for a gun check. It's open, the mags and bullet is out. And also, if you'll notice, like my other video, I have the hammer painted also for easy sight acquisition. Now, I debated a long time what to carry as my CCW, and this is the one I decided on because it's small, and size does matter. And so as you can see, I pretty much can cover the entire gun with my hand. And so it's quite a small gun, it's quite light. I know it's in 380, and I won't get into the merits of 380 versus 9mm versus 40, but to suffice it to say that, oh yeah, 380 is just fine for a CCW. I think it's better than 22 and better than nothing. I carry this in a, this is the magazine holder, and both of these go on the belt. I'm left-handed, so you'll see that it's backwards, but basically this is the magazine holder that goes with it. And so I usually have 1 in the chamber, 6 in the mag, and 6 more in the spare mag. And so I'm walking around with 13, 12 plus 1, and that's usually my go-to. If I'm going to a job site that requires a little bit more firepower, then I am carrying my Steyr M40 open carry, and I will not show that because that's generally not what I carry every day. But this is the holster for it. I've shown it on another video before, but this is actually a belt slide holster. Your belt goes through here. There was no notching, and I like it right smack dab in the center of my back, and so I cut the hole myself. Not a great cut, but it works just fine. And it's a belt slide. This slides on your belt. It sits upside down. I'm left-handed again, so it sits like this on the back of my belt. And I'll take a couple of pictures at the end of the video to show what it looks like when I'm wearing it, both the gun as well as the magazine. Now, why this is my EDC. As far as gun debates, again, I try not to debate any of these, but the best gun that you have is the gun you have on you, and I think we all agree to that. So the second caveat is the best gun to have on you is the one you're willing to carry every single day. And for me, that was just not a full-blown 9mm or a 40, because I'm in Houston and it's hot as hell, and it gets sticky real fast. As far as knife choice, there's some people who carry this big fixed blade. I think any knife will do pretty much from a reputable company, and whatever as far as blade shape you like, and length that is comfortable for you to wear. Again, I'm not the biggest guy in the world, so I generally don't like to carry an oversized knife because when you have it in your pocket, it hits you in places you don't want it to hit you. So for me, I used to have a blade that was partially serrated, but I found that that was difficult to sharpen, so now I stick with a non-serrated knife. And so this is what I carry on a daily basis, and it's not too bad. You'll notice that it's mostly black. It's pretty much all black, and I like it that way because, especially with the guns, sure, I can carry a pink one. I don't really mind, but the goal of a CCW is to not give away the fact that you're carrying a gun, because if I wanted other people to know, I would be open carrying, which I do sometimes here in Texas. The benefit of a belt slide holster, though, cannot be understated, because I see very few people, if any, I don't actually know of any that personally that wear it, but when I wear this on my persons and it's above my belt, even if it got exposed a little bit, people just see the black leather, and then like I said, from distance you can't really tell the back end is actually a gun, and most if I lifted up my shirt a little bit, or if my shirt got caught in the wind, this is all that's exposed, and sometimes just this, and most people just see it and think it's a belt. So for CCW, I'm anti 1 o'clock, or for me it would be 11 o'clock because I'm left-handed carry, because I don't like to point a gun at my femoral artery, and I don't like to, I just don't like to keep a gun pointed at my femoral artery. Maybe that's just me. And so the gun, the watch, the knife, it's all just very practical. None of this stuff is uber expensive. I think the watch is a little less than $200. This is $30, $40. I don't remember how much the knife is because I've had this thing for so long, and it's still, I just sharpened it the other day. It still holds a nice edge, and I think the magazine holder cost me a little less than $20 spare mag, and the holster cost me less than $10, I think, online, or maybe $15, and the gun itself was about $200. So this is my EDC carry for the Practical Man, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So I thought I'd show you my EDC and my concealed carry and how I wear it. It's a belt loop, so basically here it is, and like I said, most of the time if the shirt's over you can't really tell, and even if you see a little bit of it, people just think it's a belt most of the time. And also here's my my spare mag clip, and I'll go ahead and show you from here. Again, I'm left-handed, so if you think I'm reversed, well, yeah. And I do like the way this spare mag works. Press a little lever, it slides out, boom, and you're good to go. And like I said, if I need a little bit more firepower, I usually open carry my, this is Steyr M40. Yep, it's loaded. So I usually, if I'm walking down the street in highly suspicious neighborhood, then I usually open carry. And I guess here's my holster without the gun. And that is my EDC.